So Jose, can we talk about now how we can help our companion parrot caretakers to ensure that their bird will be eating the 70% extruded diet? Because, you know, if I were a bird, maybe I would prefer to eat one of these things over that.
And you probably would, especially the seedy foods.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'd probably be playing a lot with your soft
Sure
foods.
would.
That's a question we get a lot, right, Suzanne?
Yeah.
And it's one that's taking us quite some time to actually formulate and put in writing, and it's really hard to put in writing because when people actually see the way companion caretakers that are successful at offering the formulated diet are achieving this goal, then people get it. But if we're trying to put it in words, then it's really hard. So we're going to try and put some photos of how cages should be set up to ensure that the caretakers are actually having an easier time to be offering this food. Now, your question, again, was how do we make sure that they're increasing the quantity or they're actually being able to evaluate what they're eating, right?
Exactly.
The biggest thing, too, is when we're asking on our customer service, people are requesting additional information as to whether or not they should be offering prime. We often run into the question, well, what are you offering your bird? And then people write back with the 200 food items that they're offering their bird, but the actual thing that they're forgetting to answer is what their birds are actually eating.
Right.
Now, once they've eaten 70% of an extruded pellet, especially if it's offered in the sleeping cage, which is what is recommended as being the only food offered in a sleeping cage for birds that are already eating TROPICAN, of course, then it's very easy because the birds usually eat a large portion of it in the morning, right?
First thing in the morning.
Healthy breakfast,
Yep.
especially when these birds are going to be thriving throughout the day and probably going through some training sessions and enjoying their enriched life. They need to definitely have good building blocks in the morning. This is not the freeloading time on fruits and vegetables,
Right.
which unfortunately a lot of caretakers tend to do in the morning. Before they go to work, they rush, cut up and chop up all the vegetables, put it in the cage, allow the birds to have access to it all day, bacterial contamination comes in. So what we're trying to do here is we're probably going to shake a little bit and ruffle a little bit of feathers, but we'll try and explain to you what our feeding strategy is. And we are apologizing ahead of time if this might be shocking to some of our viewers, because this will definitely reveal that perhaps the way that some caretakers are offering food can be dangerous.